Hi guys, it's Heather Vegan Moon, and today I'm going to tell you my vegan story, hashtag my vegan story, which is celebrating New Year's resolutions and the Easy Vegan Challenge, hashtag Easy Vegan Challenge. So, my vegan story started, well, it actually started over a decade ago when I was still eating meat and dairy and eggs, and I met a vegan, the first vegan that I knew of, who was very interesting to me. She was my good friend. Her name's Meredith, and I haven't seen her in years. So if you're out there, Meredith, and you happen to find me or see this, please contact me. I'd love to hear from you. And she was vegan, and she wasn't as outspoken about it as I am. And she would talk about it a little bit, but not really. She would just kind of say, it's her personal choice. She doesn't want to hurt animals. And she was pagan, self-described neo-pagan. And that, as many of you know, is the earth-based religion. And it's all about being in tune with Mother Nature and Gaia. So that was part of her inspiration. And at the time, I, respected her decision, but I thought it was kind of crazy. I didn't think it was good. She was a picture of health. She was a runner, and she was fit and thin. And on the opposite side of the scale, that was when I was my highest weight and eating the most amount of junk food and processed food and fast food that I could get my hands on, basically, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so that's where I was when I first met my first vegan. Sorry, there's cats running around. Anyways, so she was interesting, even though I wasn't gonna go that route. I thought it was really cool, but not something I wanted to do. And never thought I could do it, never thought I would want to or would do that in the future. So anyways, and then I read Skinny Bitch about I guess 7 years ago, 6.5, 7 years ago, which is when I went vegan the first time. And I read that book in a day. If you haven't read that book, I highly recommend it. It is a huge wake-up call, smack in the face wake-up call, and it's really a good book. Lots of great facts and helpful information, so I highly recommend it. Read Skinny Bitch, wanted to be a skinny bitch. I was inspired by weight loss at that time because I was still overweight, and I went vegan overnight and was vegan. Went to the health food store, got all this fake meat and cheese and milk and all that, and lived off of that basically, because that's what I thought you were supposed to do. That's what the book told us to do. And she also said to try to eat mostly fruits and vegetables, but sorry, I was just looking at my eyes. I was a latchkey kid. I grew up on junk food and boxed food and fast food, so I didn't know how to cook or take care of myself at all. And so that caused me to be a junk food vegan, which lasted about 2 months, and then I gave it up and decided to just be a vegetarian. And I was vegetarian from that time until I went vegan, and I was able to put myself back to sleep kind of because I felt so sick from being vegan. I thought in reality it was because I was a junk food vegan. I wasn't eating healthy, normal food. I was just eating a bunch of processed crap, and mostly fattening processed crap. So that's not healthy for anybody, especially someone who wants to lose weight. So that's what happened there. It lasted 2 months. Then I was a vegetarian, and like I said, I put myself back to sleep because I knew the horrors of the dairy industry from that Skinny Bitch book, but I chose to ignore it because I thought I needed it. And, you know, that's all I knew at the time. And then I started getting more interested in health and weight loss and wanted to, like, improve myself even more, and decided to do more research on veganism. And I watched a bunch of documentaries. I watched all of them, pretty much everything I could get my hands on, and that sparked a huge desire for me to go vegan. And it led me to watch Earthlings, and I found Freely and the Banana Girl and Durian Rider, and all this happened within like a really obsessive month or two, which ended with me going vegan. And first thing I did, I went high carb, raw till 4 vegan, and loved it. I lost 20 pounds, or I think it was 17 pounds in 5 weeks, and then I lost another 5 pounds over the next 6 months. And right now I've gone up a little bit because I've been eating too many vegan cupcakes and too many Ichiban noodles, which are 25 grams of fat per package, but they're delicious. They're Ichiban chow mein noodles, and I love them, but I'm cutting those back and sticking to the rice and the lower fat noodles now. And my bananas, of course, and my fruit, of course. So, yeah, that's about it. First, I was inspired by weight loss. Then I discovered more about veganism. I kept researching it and discovering more and more and more. And everything I learned about it, I loved. I mean, I didn't love the animal cruelty. I hated that. But it inspired me to keep going with it and be very diligent, very anal about veganism and how pure it was, as pure as possible. And so I watched Forks Over Knives, Earthlings, Vegucated, Cowspiracy, all of them pretty much. Anything related to veganism, I have seen it. Even some of the Gershon Method documentaries, I've watched all of that. And I highly recommend anybody who wants to be vegan to do that also, because the more educated you are, the more you're going to realize that this is exactly how you need to live. And if you want to lose weight, you can do that with veganism. If you want to help the environment and save the planet, you can do that with veganism. If you want to save the animals and be more compassionate and follow Ahimsa, which is a Buddhist, I think it's Buddhist philosophy of nonviolence and compassion, then you can do that with veganism. If you want to save money, you can do that with veganism. It's cheaper if you are not living off of fake meat and cheese, that is. If that's all you eat, then it is a little bit pricier, but you're not going to be very healthy like that. Now and then is okay, but just don't do it every day, every meal, because you're not going to feel very healthy. And what else? So yeah, I would invite everybody to go vegan with me. starting in January 2015. It's a great time to start new habits, especially this year. Veganism it's easier than ever to be a vegan. There's more resources and support systems and foods and restaurants and clothing and websites and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it's a great time to do it. If you want to be a better athlete, go vegan. Yeah, there's so many reasons, and once you do your research, you will discover that there's no reason to not be vegan other than pure gluttony. That's the only reason you want to eat flesh and animal excretions. It's just for pure gluttony. There's no other reason, no legitimate reason other than that. I'm sorry to say, but research is out there. So even it's more spiritual. You get a better bond with humans and animals and more compassionate for the world in general. So many blessings of love and abundance. Please like, share, subscribe.